There you go, guys. Okay. Just want to welcome Jen to our call tonight. It's June 21st. And if y'all know Jen, you know she has been coaching for a few years, but I think over the last year plus, we can all agree that she's had a huge shift in her transformation and her mindset. And I asked her if she would do a call for us to tell us how she kind of mastered her mindset, because I feel like that's the biggest part of our, journey a lot of times, both on the like challenger side and even the coaching side. And she's going to share her tips with us tonight. And I appreciate you. And I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Hello, everybody. Pardon my red face. I went out to the pool today and I put sunscreen on, but I didn't wear a hat. So I got a little bit extra sun on my face. This is very much out of my comfort zone. So I'm going to do the best I can. And I made some notes. So if I keep looking down, it's because I'm looking at what I wanted to talk about. I'm going to start by saying what kind of this the start of my story, like how I got into this, how my journey started. So to me, it kind of started at the end of 2017. I've always felt like I've been healthy. I've always exercised regularly, but I've never been able to reach goals that I've set for myself. So at the end of 2017, I saw a picture of myself at my youngest daughter's birthday. And I did not know that I looked the way I looked in that picture. I was not proud of how I looked. I knew that I didn't feel good, but that picture just opened up my eyes. I didn't recognize myself. So at the beginning of 2018, I decided I was going to change my eating habits. And I joined, so I did a nutrition program where you count points, and I was successful with that. I reached my weight loss goal, and I was running. I did the Couch to 5K and started running again. So I reached my weight loss goal, but I wasn't eating like the way I should have been. It was just kind of like, if I get my points in, I'm good. I would not eat I wouldn't eat as many fruits and vegetables as I needed to. So during this time, Sarah had reached out to me. We had just kind of talked over direct messages a lot, and she supported my journey. Even though I wasn't doing Beachbody, she still supported me, and she gave me advice. And she did invite me to her boot camp groups, which I didn't know what that was at the time. But so when I hit my weight loss goal, I wanted to start working out and toning up. And so I tried the Beachbody workouts. I just did the workouts first. I did like the BOD 14 days free, signed up with that. And I started working out with weights. And I was still doing the other nutrition. And then I would go weigh in, because I had to weigh in to continue doing what I was doing. Well, I was gaining weight because I was starting to, my muscle, I was converting things to muscle, even though I wasn't really gaining weight. But the scale was going up. So I couldn't continue I didn't want to continue doing that because I didn't want to pay for it. So then I started using the container system with Portion Fix. And so this is still 2018. And I followed it pretty consistently, but I wasn't I still messed up a whole lot. I still mess up now, but, and then I was still doing Portion Fix. I was just doing programs. I did 21 Day Fix, 21 Day Fix Extreme, 80 Day Obsession, and Lift 4. And so, I've been doing the programs, and eventually, so I started as a challenger. Eventually, Sarah asked me, because I was sharing my journey kind of like I do now. But I was sharing it somewhat on Instagram, not a whole lot, but a little bit. And she asked me if I wanted to coach. And I said, no, I don't want to coach, because I'm not like where I need to be. And obviously you don't have to be, but I will say that, and I'm going to talk about this in a minute. So I've got 5 points that I'm going to focus on, but I just want to give you all my background story to start with. my point is, of my background story, is that I have been on this journey since the beginning of 2018. So this has not been like, oh, in 6 months I've hit my goal and, you know, done everything I want to do. It's taken me a long time, and I'm still working on goals. I mean, I don't have a weight loss goal now, but I still have goals that I work on. I constantly set new goals for myself. So I'm going to go ahead and start talking about the 5 main points that have helped my mindset and that have helped me stay consistent, and has, by helping my mindset, helping me be consistent, it has really obviously helped my confidence. I mean, I'm a majorly different person than I was at the end of 2017 and 2018. And gradually my confidence grows and grows. So number 1, I just finished a book today called Badass Habits by Jen Sincero, I think is how you say her last name. She in it said you need to find the tool, and we have the tool. We have the tool right in our hands, which is Beachbody On Demand and Ultimate, or whatever your nutrition program is, 2B Mindset or Portion Fix. So we have the tools. So number 1, I always am following a program. Right now I'm doing a hybrid mix of Let's Get Up. And so I'd say you need to pick a program and you need to stick to it. Just do the program. Repetition is key. Like, you've got to be consistent. And if you're jumping around from program to program, you're not going to find that consistency. The programs are laid out. They are designed by these professional trainers, so they know what days you need to be doing cardio, or what they design it for you, so you don't have to think about it. So pick a program and follow the program. The same with nutrition. Pick a nutrition program and follow the nutrition program. Doesn't mean you're not going to mess up, because we're all going to mess up, but I personally don't think that you need to jump around. I know that there can be some flexibility with the nutrition, but I think for you to see maximum results, if you're going to do Portion Fix for 30 days. And then if you decide you want to do 2B Mindset, maybe do that for 30 days, but don't jump around. Otherwise, you may not be getting all your nutrition in that you need to get in. Going along with that, when you pick a program and you do it, focus on the day that you're on. Don't think about where you're going to be in 21 days. Don't think about in 30 days. Just focus on what day that you're on. And I know we always hear it's all about progress and not perfection, and trust the process. And it's so true. Like, trust that these programs are going to do what you want them to do for you. You just have to follow it. Like, I'm gonna later. With Let's Get Up. So I did Let's Get Up, and then now I'm doing the hybrid. I didn't want to do Let's Get Up. When it came out, I was like, I'm not doing that program. Like, in my head, I thought, I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing a dance program. I had done 9-week Control Freak, which was very challenging. And I just thought Let's Get Up was going to be like I was going backwards. It hasn't been at all. It has challenged me. I haven't lost any muscle tone. If anything, I've gotten more toned from the dancing. I will say that the dance conditioning, like yesterday, I posted that yesterday I ran 45 minutes, and I haven't run that long in months. And I really think that's to the dance condition, that I owe that to dance conditioning. So just pick a program, finish the program. I always print out the calendar and I put it in my closet, and I'm the teacher in me. I put a sticker on each day that I finish. So I suggest that print the calendar out if you can, and hang it up somewhere and mark it off. Every time you complete a day, mark that day off. Also on my phone, I actually keep a list. This is kind of like a motivational thing for me. I have a list of every Beachbody program that I have completed. And I can go back and look at it if I'm having a bad day and say, look at everything I've done. Like, look how far I've come in my fitness journey and in my health journey. So that's the first thing, is just like basics. Pick a program and do it. Just don't make it complicated. And that's the wonderful thing about this. Like, you don't have to go on YouTube and search for workouts. You don't have to think, okay, should I do arms today? Should I do legs today? Like, just follow the program and it tells you exactly what to do every day. All right, and number 2, my second thing that has really, really helped me, and I didn't start doing this till I was officially signed up as a coach, because this is something that we're supposed to do as coaches, but I will do this forever. And I finally got my mom to start doing this, is reading personal development. So I brought a stack of books in here just to share some of my favorites, but every day, and I can tell if I don't read, my mind starts like, my mindset gets slacking. But with me doing 75 hard, I have to read 10 pages a day. And it has made such a huge difference consistently doing that. So think about, like, if I give you some suggestions today, those may not be what you need. Like, you need to figure out what is it that you need to read each day. Because I have picked up books that I've seen people suggest, and I had to put them down because they weren't what I needed. But read some type of personal development every day, something to just get your mind in the right place. I mean, it can be something, maybe something religious if that's what you need. I'm going to share some books that I have loved. Some of them are, well, I'll just tell you about them. Okay, this is called Believe It. This, I think, would be good for anyone. It doesn't have to be like business, or, I mean, it's just anyone. This one we read as a book club, Everything is Figure Outable. That's a really good one. Okay, this is the creator of To Be Mindset, our one of our nutrition programs. I don't do To Be Mindset, but I read this anyway. I wanted to be familiar with the program, and she has there's a lot of positivity, and it helps with your mindset. That book does also. And she gives just a lot of good nutritional tips. And we also read this one as a book club, Fierce, Free, and Full of Fire. So this is a good mindset one. All 3 of these are by the same author. And they, even though they're kind of like, women hustling type books, it's about, like, this one's building your confidence. And they're all by, no, I don't say her name right, Kara Allwill Laba, I think. So those are good. I can put a list of these on maybe the event page. And then Think Like a Monk. Train your mind for peace and purpose every day. This wasn't my favorite, but there were a lot of good points in it. So that's my second point, is read something positive every day. And I mean, I personally love to read, but another one of my favorites is, what is that one? I just gave it to my mom to read, Chasing the Bright Side. That was a really good one, and I can't remember the author of it right now, but I will maybe put a list of these in our group for everybody. Okay, number 3. Don't be afraid to make the bigger commitment. So, okay, for me, that was coaching, like taking that step and saying, okay, I am a coach, so now I'm not just going to share what I'm doing for fun. I'm going to do it because I want to help others. That was kind of the bigger commitment for me. That definitely helped my mindset, just knowing that I was going to use my journey to try to help others with their health and fitness journey. It doesn't have to be that, obviously, but maybe commit to something that's a little bit bigger. As you start hitting goals, like as I've been hitting goals, I've had to kind of push myself to do something, because if I don't have a goal I'm working on, then I tend to start to slack off. That's one reason that I did 75 hard. Ultimate Reset last year during quarantine. I did our 21-day ultimate reset nutrition program. That's definitely something bigger to commit to. And I actually only did yoga for those 3 weeks. I did yoga every day for my workouts. So I think that if you get to where you feel like you're getting kind of stagnant in things, and you're just like maybe you've hit your weight loss goal, or maybe you just feel like nothing's kind of motivating you, maybe pick something that's a little bit harder, something bigger to focus on. I know I'm going to forget some things I want to say, even though I wrote down notes. Okay, the fourth thing, don't try to be perfect. I am far from perfect. I have messed up so many times. I have so many before pictures in my phone of even after I did the ultimate reset, and I knew, yes, I gained a lot of great habits from the ultimate reset. For one thing, I stopped putting those artificial sweetener powders in my water. I have ever since that, I don't drink those anymore. Now it's just Energize. But I've always gained things from what I've done, but I'm not perfect. I've had setbacks. I gained some of the weight back after I did the ultimate reset, because I didn't stick to some of the things that I learned. And school started back after that, and I started getting stressed with going back to school and wearing masks and plexiglass and all that stuff, and I let that mess with my mind. And so just know that every day isn't going to be perfect. These 3+ years that I've been doing this, I have not been perfect at all, but the only reason that I would say that I've been successful is because I haven't quit. I want my challengers, the people who sign up through me to do this, like I want them so bad to be successful, but you can't give up when you have a setback. You just got to keep going. And you got to get out of that all or nothing mindset. I know that we all know that, and I know that it's hard. But if you go in the pantry and eat an Oreo, it's not the end of the world. It's not going to derail your results. Just start over, just move on and keep going. And that's one reason is that I've been successful, is because you still see me here every day. I haven't quit yet. I will say that I've had spurts where I have not checked into our challenge groups. Like probably this past fall, I would go weeks and not post in the challenge group. And that's definitely times when I've struggled. So I think checking into the accountability group, checking into our Facebook group, showing what you're doing is a really good way to make sure that you're holding yourself accountable. And the last thing I was going to talk about is one thing that's really, really helped me is setting your day up from the front end. So I love my morning routine. I don't dread getting up in the morning. I look forward to drinking my Energize every morning. I look forward to that time before the kids get up and I have to, help them get breakfast and even though my kids are older, I don't, I still obviously interact with them and help them throughout the day and we have conversations. And so my morning routine, if you don't have a morning routine, if you get up, if your kids wake you up, you need to stop letting that happen. You need to get up before your kids get up and start your day and have some time. I will say that over the summer, sometimes they wake up and I'm still working out, but I've got 2 teenagers and a 10-year-old, so they sleep pretty late. But set up your day from the front end. Don't wake up after your kids and then you're frustrated because you're trying to help them with everything. And then you're trying to figure out when you're going to get your workout in. And you're, maybe you're hungry and then you're hangry because you haven't eaten yet. And then you're just grabbing whatever. So I have read, and I don't remember the names of them, but there's some good morning routine books to kind of help you get started if you're not sure how to start that. My morning routine has like kind of evolved through the years. I know when I first started, I would just get up and work out, and that was it. So, but now, that was even before I like knew about Energize. Now I have to eat. I can't work out on an empty stomach. I used to work out fasting, but I can't do that now. So now I get up, I eat a little something, drink my Energize Hydrate collagen mix that I always mix in the morning. That's like, I know people get up and they want their coffee and they look forward to that. That's like my coffee. So drink that, and then read. I always read whatever I'm reading. I read 10 pages of that. I do a gratitude journal and like a dream. Like I still have the Rachel Hollis journals that I've got some blank ones. I do those every day just to kind of think about what I'm doing. And I didn't bring the book that I'm reading right now up because to kind of, talking about pushing yourself further, I'm reading a book called Future Boards because it's kind of like creating a vision board. Well, it is a vision board, but it's called a future board. So I'm reading a book about that right now. And there's a lot of journaling that goes with it. And at first I was like, I don't want to do this in the morning. I don't want to be writing, but I've been doing that, and it's been a nice change. It's kind of challenged my mind a little bit more than what I was doing. So those are the 5 main things. And hang on, I typed a couple of things in my notes that I heard in the book. I was reading the book I mentioned, Badass Habits. I finished up on my walk this afternoon. And she said some things that I wanted to kind of share. So she was talking like some of the reasons that I do that, like the reasons that I share what I'm doing and a lot of my goals are to just be the best version of myself for everybody that's in my life, but also for my 3 daughters. Why did I just say 2 daughters? My 3 daughters. I want them to see what a strong woman can be, and not, I will say when I started this journey, I just wanted to be skinny. Again, that was like what I just wanted to be skinny. My mind has completely changed since that 3 years ago. Now I want to be strong, and I'm like all about that muscle tone, and I eat all my containers every day because if I don't, I'd get all of them in because I know that I've got to fuel my body. And another goal that I have is I'm just trying to send out a positive message. And, your mind, most of the time, I'm trying to think of how to say this. Your mind is very powerful. When we're doing these workouts and this whole process, your mind, your body is going to give out way after your mind. I think that's what Walla Caesar always says, is, you just got to push your mind further, because your mind, if you're doing a workout and you're like, oh, this is too hard. It's not. Usually it's not. It's just that you think it is. And that's just like with the nutrition and this whole journey of trying to be your healthiest self. It's not that you can't do it. You're very capable of doing it. You just have to change the way you think about things. I will a couple more points and then I'll stop talking. And I guess if anybody has questions, they can ask, because we've been on here for 30 minutes. When I think back to how I used to eat and the stuff I put in my body, it was like I was treating my body like a trash can. And I did have some health. I didn't have major health issues, but I went through like just some different kind of spells. Like I had for a few weeks, I had headaches that were just unexplainable. I went to so many doctors. I went to a neurologist. They were not just headaches. They were like migraine. I could not function, had to go lay in a dark room. And ever since I've changed my health, I have not had those issues that I had. So, and love that I wake up now and I don't have all that heartburn and all that burning and the stomach aches and the bloat that I used to have because I'm not treating my body like a trash can. So when I want to, so like that goes back to my mindset. When I want to go and um, binge on food in the pantry, which is how I usually deal with things when I get stressed or emotional, I just think, okay, yeah, it might taste good right now, but how am I going to feel in the morning? So anyway, I kind of feel like I was all over the place with my points, but those are the main things that have helped my mindset. Just picking a program, sticking with it, reading some personal development, make a bigger commitment when you're ready to, or when you feel like you're kind of stagnant. Don't try to be perfect, because you're not going to be perfect. I'm not perfect. And maybe try to set your day up from the front end. Get a morning routine if your schedule allows it. But that's about it. Does anybody have any questions?
I do. I want to hear you just kind of break down, like, at what point of doing these things did you finally start to feel like, I have created this as like a habit for myself, and now I actually feel like the transformation is showing from what I'm doing?
I don't, I mean, do you mean like at what point, like, was it 30 days ago, or what do you mean? Like,
Well, no, I think you said you
when did I
started.
feel that, when did I feel the mind shift?
Yes.
Okay. Gosh, I don't know
I
if
feel
I
like
know
it was sometime
exactly.
last year.
I don't know if I know exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
Last summer, okay, after I did the ultimate reset, I will say, after I did the ultimate reset, I saw that I saw the change, like doing the ultimate reset and changing and focusing for 21 days on just mainly nutrition. And I saw that I could do 21 days, and I didn't cheat any of those 21 days. That made me realize that my mind was stronger than I ever thought it was, because I always get down on myself. And even after that, I still had, like, got down on myself many times, but I really got my confidence last summer after I did the reset. And I just proved that I could do something for 21 days and not give in to, like, emotional worries or stresses. And so, but I mean, no, I mean, but things haven't been perfect since then. I mean, I've still, I've had lots of failures since then, but I do think probably about a year ago, a little over a year ago, is when my mind kind of shifted.
I
Morning,
can,
guys. Like they started to.
I can tell.
What?
I'm sure. I said, I can tell. I'm sure Stacy and Amanda could say the same thing, because I just feel like there's been a different,
Yeah.
different level of you showing up, and it's more of like, you're not hiding anymore.
Well, and then, like, I know that y'all notice a difference in my posts that I make, and
Yeah.
I just kind of quit caring what, I mean, it's not, I don't want to say I don't care what people think, but if anyone's going to be negative about things that I share about being healthy, then I think they just need to look at themselves, because usually the people that are criticizing, they're not usually doing anything to keep themselves healthy. So, and I've been very lucky. I've never had anyone, like, negatively comment on things that I post. I'm sure people get annoyed by it. And but I don't care. I mean, I just know that I'm proof that our workout programs work. I'm proof that our nutrition programs work. So I want to share that because there's so many people that will comment and say, "Oh, or I hear people say that they just eat horribly and they feel like crap and they don't, they don't have time to exercise." I mean, I have 3 daughters who are in elementary, middle, and high school and have busy lives and extracurricular activities. And if I can find time to exercise, anybody can find time to exercise. If I can find time to food prep, anyone can. It's just, what you want to make a priority.
One thing for sure, as one of your challengers, that you are a huge inspiration for me. So I am so grateful, and I, look for your stories and stuff all the time, and take the time to listen to what you have to say. And it's helped keep me on track. So I just have nothing but props for you, and you keep it real too. Like I see that it's not perfect, and that's okay. And okay, so start again. Like, what are you going to do to get back on track? So thank you for that.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you for coming on and listening tonight.
Absolutely.
And you make it look simple too, which I think is great because you're not like you literally make some of the same foods every single week. You have the same routine every single day. And I think the fact that it isn't so complicated is super helpful to see too,
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I think you have to find a routine that works for you and just stick to it. And if you get bored, that's when you add in something like for me was 75 hard. I mean, if you get bored, maybe add something in to kind of challenge yourself a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, and the food, my husband did make a comment yesterday. He was tired of eating some of the same things over and over. So I made him last
Story of
night.
my life.
I said, "What do you want for Father's Day dinner?" He said, "I want country fried steak, but I know you're not going to eat that." I was like, I'll make it for you. I don't have to eat it. It's just Father's Day. I'll make you whatever you want. So I made it. That's the first time I ever fried anything in my life. And he was very happy. But I mean, he needs to be eating healthy too. So he got his fried steak last night and he still had leftovers today.
Anybody else have any questions? I'm going to stop recording.
Okay.
No questions, but you did amazing.